Let me just have a look. Are we on? Ah, here we are. We are live. Let me just check. Have we got audio? Don't know if we've got audio here. If you're in the chat, let me know if we've got audio. It's saying I've got audio here, but it's not coming through for some reason. So I don't know why that might be, but... That's weird. There's no audio coming through. That's really odd because it's coming through my end. Well, I'll have to wait till someone joins the chat and see if there's audio coming through. Yeah, that's really odd. Oh, I know. It's because I've got my tab muted. We're okay. That's weird. Ah, there we go. There we go. Cool, cool. We have got audio. We have got audio. It is me with my terrible skills. I've got terrible technical skills, and it was just the tab muted. It's okay. So yeah, if you are in the chat, pop in. It is the finale of Adz Cards today, so go on Streamloots, and if you've got an account, if you remember your account, and if you do have Adz Cards, go on Streamloots. I'll whack the Streamloots link in the chat in a second. I literally just need to go on. I've got it opened up here. Just need to go on to not the dashboard. View my public page. Is that right? Ah, there we go. I'll go on. I'll whack the link in the chat. So then, if you do have a Streamloots account, if you did do the Adz Cards way back when, you'll be able to go and do them. Remember, don't buy any packs of Streamloots cards because I'm not doing them anymore. So don't go ahead and buy any new packs or anything today. But there's the link anyway. I think, let me just open that up just to see if it works. Yes, cool, it works. So if you've got any cards, if you've got any remaining cards, Adz Cards, go over there and obviously you should be able to use them on the stream. So when one comes through, I should be able to see it there. And then that is it. There's not going to be any more Adz Cards, not going to be any more Adz Card shows, so this is the finale. So make sure you use them all up today. Well, obviously some of you might not be able to use them all up, but use as many up today as you possibly can. I have just got back from Chester, literally 5 minutes ago, if that. So I've literally just had to set this up dead quick and come on. I was very worried that I might not make it. I thought,
You've got Adz Cards.
Here we go. We've already got.
Uniquely me redeemed this card. Roast is on since he can't be here.
Tracy's on. Hi there, Tracy. For some reason the chat isn't on. For some reason the chat's not on for me. So what I'm going to do, I was wondering why people aren't in the chat, but I think people are actually in the chat, but it's not connected for me. So 1 second. What was that one, Tracy? Was that Roast Shazad? I'm just going to have to go on and get the chat this old style way. Give me a second. Here we go. Because there's 8 people watching, and here we go. The chat's on. Sorry, guys, I've missed out all this chat. We've got Shazad. Can't make the stream to the cinema. I don't know what that means. Tracy's in. Hi there, Tracy. Hi there, Chris. Hi there, PvP. You've made it. Brilliant. I thought you were in work. Obviously on Thursday, so that's cool. Glad you can make it for maybe even just a few minutes or so. And Michelle, we've got Michelle in. Hi there. So yeah, as I say, if you've got any Adz Cards, use them. So what was that? Roast Shazad. God, I don't know, because I've not been on lives for ages, so I don't keep up with people's lives. But Shazad is a money-grabbing pharmaceutical... I was going to say a bad word. I'm not going to say a bad word because I'm too nice. A pharmaceutical stockpiler who only looks out for himself and looks out for money and doesn't really care about any other bugger and just wants to make himself rich so that then he can just like sprinkle all of his egoic wealth and knowledge onto the little people who he doesn't actually really fundamentally care about. In fact, actually that's worse than what I was going to say. So there we go. Okay. Maybe I was a bit harsh, but still. Yeah, so you got any more Adz cards? Use them up. I don't know. I'm going to go on Streamloots because I want to know what that card actually was, because obviously that was the message of the card. So, redemptions. Let me see. Common. Oh, it was roast meat. Okay, cool. I thought you might have used a different card then. Adz, how do I find my cards? I'm on Streamloots, but I forgot how to see them. I will check for you, PvP. I don't know exactly because obviously I have a different dashboard to you because I'm the other side of things because I'm the one publishing the cards. But I think you go into something like if you go on my public page, you should be able to see the ones that you own. Somehow down the page, if you look at all the cards, you should be able to see like a ×1. A 1 times or a 2 times on one of the cards, and you should be able to see that you own some of them. I think that's how I did it last time, but yeah, I don't know exactly because I've got a different page up here, you see. But if I remember, that was kind of how I saw it one time, you know. Yeah. Oh wait, that's someone.
Uniquely me played this card, a big burly dog.
Barks like a dog. God, geez, these are so these cards are really degrading me. So, woof, 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 woof. Oh yeah, you want a burly one? Okay. Woof, 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 woof. Like that. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna do it. My mum and dad are gonna think, what the hell's going on? Because I've not done these cards in like 8 months, and they're gonna be thinking downstairs, what the hell is he doing up there? Oh. I tell you though, we had a good day at in Chester today. It was nice. It was nice. We walked the walls. All I'm doing is giving a little bit of chit chat between the cards, basically, because I know I'm going to get quite a few cards through. But we walked the walls. We did round the walls. If you know Chester, it's like well, it's a lovely like historic city, but you've got layers of history because you've got the Roman stuff there from the very, very early sort of 1st century. But then you've got pubs there that have been there since the 12th century, 13th century. But you've also got a lot of history with regards to the 17th century with the English Civil War and things like that, of the Roundheads and the Cavaliers and stuff. So it's a brilliant town brilliant city, because you've got all this history there, and you've got these layers of history of what happened, and so we walked the walls, which is like the city walls, and we saw the history there, and then we went round the shops. I mean, I've been to Chester many, many times in my life because it's only 35 minutes away, and then we had Nando's, and we went round the shops, and we had a sit down by the lake, not the lake, the river. So it was a really nice day, actually. So anyway, let me see in the chat. I live in Chester, VA. Wow, what a coincidence! That's incredible. Chester, VA. So VA, what's that? Let me. Virginia. Is that Virginia? No. Yes. No. Verona? No, it's not. That isn't a state, I don't think, Verona, is it? Virginia? Well, I've got to be right there. Must be. I must
Uniquely
be close.
me played this card. Finish your story, partner.
Partner? What story? What story? Oh, wait, I forgot about that. What story, little girl? I don't know what you're saying. I haven't a clue what you're saying because I had already finished my story. I'd done everything you wanted and more. So, really, all I can do is continue talking in this voice extemporaneously. I can't even say that word because it's too big and intellectual for my brain to handle. And indeed, actually, today, my brain wasn't handling even the most simplest of tasks, because every time I asked for something or wanted something, it sounded like it came out all wrong, and all of the words were just jumbled up and in a mess. I couldn't ask for things that I wanted to buy. I couldn't ask for simple things like, for example, saying that I was too hot or anything like that. Why it went a bit English then for a second, didn't it? Too hot. It's really weird. But no, I just, my words wouldn't come out, and my friend just commented on that fact all day long about how my brain just isn't working today. It just isn't functioning in the way that I need it to be functioning, you know? Anyway, that'll do. I'm not very good, cowboy, am I? I don't really... 0 achieved. PvP, what's your username? I'll send you some now. Just give me your Streamloots username and I'll gift you over some. And then, you know, at least you don't miss out on the stream. Probably not. Oh yes, oh cool, Virginia, yeah, United States knowledge. Yes, I'm winning. We should do that. Say in the chat the letters and see if I can guess it.
Uniquely me played this card. Yoga. Downward dog.
God damn it. I'm just invigorating myself before I do it, you know? Invigorate. That's the buzzword, isn't it, the day these days. 21st century yoga people. I don't want you... There's my bloody thing. Take that off there, because that's pretty bad being there. I don't know how you do the downward dog. Isn't that... I'm trying to think. Isn't this one? I know you're not going to really see this very well, but isn't like the one where you arch your back like that? Like you're on the floor and then you arch your back up like that. Is that not? That's like the rising sun or something. It's not the rising sun, but I forget what it is. But it's not the downward dog, is it? Downward dog. I've got it. It's like that one, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah. Oh, that's good. That's stretching things that I don't even want to stretch. That must be working if it's stretching things I don't want to stretch. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh my god. I've gone red in the face now because I can't handle it. One sec. Oh god. Whew. Oh, I'm not too red actually, that's cool. Copy it like that, Adz. Okay, cool. I'll sort you out right now, PvP. I'll just give you like 5 packs of free because I don't think you'll use any more than that, but it's fine. Because if you do use any more than that, I'll just... Whoa, hang on.
Uniquely me played this card. University turned you into a messy Marvin.
Messy Marvin? What are you on about? Clean my room. Oh, for crying out loud. No, it didn't turn me into a messy Marvin. PvP, it's saying that there's no user found. There's no match. I don't know why. It's saying no results. Which is weird, because you've not spelt it wrong. That's exactly as it's spelt. I'm trying to do a different combination, you know. Just to see if I can find you. But it's still saying no results. That's weird. Oh, let me check if I can send the Nemesis collection. No, it's saying no results. You sure that's right? Because it seems right to me, but for some reason it won't find you. All one word, lowercase. Yeah, I've got it all one word, lowercase. I've got it like that. But it's saying no user found. Ah, there we go. Cool, got you. Why was it saying no user found then? It's weird. It's okay, I've got you. Yeah, there we go, sent. Cool. Don't know why the hell it was playing up then. Yeah, oh my god, Chris, my bed's crazy. My bed is terrible. It's really terrible. It's so low. The one at university is a bit better. But still. The one at university, obviously, it was a single bed. I've got a double bed next year. I'll show you some photos, actually, if I get 2 minutes between ads cards. I logged in for YouTube. Okay, cool. If I get a break now, quick, between ads cards, I'll show you some of the photos. I'll just have to type them in. Oh, actually, sorry, I've got to do that clean my room. One sec, I will do that one. I always forget. I forget how crazy it is with the ads cards, because you're like, oh crap, I forgot to do that one, and then it just gets messy. I'll just show you the photos of the new place. I don't know whether I already have. Have I showed you the photos of the new place or not? I don't really know. I don't know. This is on the website anyway, on the thing. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the address. Or actually, what I'll do is I'll screenshot the pictures, and then at least I'm not showing you the actual like proper address or anything. Just because I don't really want to show the exact address or anything like that, but I don't mind you showing showing you the pictures. And it's not really you lot I care about knowing the address. It's just any random person who comes across the video. You know, I don't mind the regulars knowing my address, but it's just bloody hell. You don't know who's watching, do you? So. Everybody, oh, move your body, yeah, whet your appetite, whet your appetite, Backstreet's back tonight, new, 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 new. Oh, don't you hate that when you try and do a screenshot but you close your phone instead? God damn it, I always do that. Backstreet's back. God, there's so many photos. How the hell am I screenshotting all these? I'm not screenshotting that one. Bugger that crap. Yeah. Backstreet's back tonight. Anyway, as I said last week, put in the chat how you've been this week. I want to know how you've been. How have you been feeling? I wouldn't be a very good, well, I was going to say psychologist. I wouldn't be a very good psychology student, / psychologist, if I didn't, of course, ask how you've been. Because that is very unfeeling and unemotive.
You've got ads cards.
Oh, no.
Pleasant Valley Picker redeemed this card.
Chewy.
What's your ultimate fantasy with a lady?
Ultimate fantasy with a lady. God, that's a bit bloody far-fetched. I don't know. Like, the whole... funnily enough, it's always been interesting for me, the idea of roleplay. I don't know why. I do not... Right, there's two. The home porn movie and the roleplay. Them two, like, I'm all over them. Home porn movie, roleplay. Like, I mean, not publish it, but just do a home porn movie, you know? I mean, maybe publish it, like, when we're old and it don't matter and all the rest of it, just for a laugh, just see how many views it gets and all the rest of it. But, like... not publish it there and then, of course. But that or the role play, because the role play's so cool. The role play's like you know, some Star Wars stuff or possibly some Doctor Who stuff. That would be, you know, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Right, I'll show you some of these pictures now. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see them that well, because you know what it's like trying to do it on the phone. But that's one... oh, yeah, that's all right. That's one bedroom there. It's going to take a minute every... That's the kitchen. Beautiful... sorry, living room. Beautiful kitchen. Sorry, I keep saying kitchen because it's an open plan living room, living kitchen area. That's, again, another picture of the living room. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. That is the breakfast bar and the... it's not student living. It's not student living, man. It isn't. It's not student living. That is the one of the bedrooms. That's not my bedroom. That is another bedroom. That isn't my bedroom, I don't think. That's another bedroom. I don't know which one is my bedroom, actually. I'd have to look at some other photos. That's the toilet, but that's not my toilet and shower room. I have an ensuite. Oh, where's my ensuite? Sorry, I've not taken a photo of my ensuite. I'll grab a photo of that quick. There's my ensuite. Don't know why I didn't grab a photo of that. You know what it's like. You're unconscious of everything that's within you until you're not. There we go. That's my ensuite. Lovely little ensuite, actually. I'm sure you'll agree. Lovely walk-in shower. Lovely little sink and toilet. Yeah, I've landed on my feet. I've landed on my feet, and it's less. Get this. It's less than the student hall. Can you believe it? Student halls.
Uniquely me played this card. Dessert of your choice.
God damn it, Jesus. Why that one? Why? Oh God, I've got to do a baking video. I'm never doing that. Yeah, so it's less than the university halls. It's less than the university halls, and I've got a double bed, and I've got an ensuite. And I mean, we had an ensuite at the university halls, but you can imagine it's tiny. It's a piddly pokey thing with a shower that's, God, like half a metre across and all. Oh, it's just terrible. It's like really pokey. It's less than half a metre, really. So, you know, you can imagine this place is, oh, it's so good. So, I'm going to be happy there next year. Oh, cooking video. Right, okay, so I have to write that down. I'll do my room in a sec. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. I just get caught up with so many other bloody bits and bobs that I forget things. Well, I didn't forget, but, you know. Cooking video. Oh no, you know what? This video will get demonetized now because I started singing Backstreet Boys before, didn't I? Bloody hell. Well, well, don't matter. That's my own fault for singing Backstreet Boys. Very deluxe comedy. Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely. Nice space. Looks really nice. Oh, it is. It's lovely. Geesh, I could have chose give yourself a mohawk. Oh yeah, bloody hell, like I'm doing that. I don't want to do that as well. My hair looks alright today. It's not too bad. Right, okay, let's do some cleaning. If you've got any questions, whack them in the chat. Who's that joined? You know what? I didn't even see BCP's name, but I saw his little comment, hi Adz and everyone. But the OBS was blocking his name. And I thought, that's BCP, that is. I know it. That's his little way he writes. So yeah, BCP, hi there. We're doing the finale of ads cards today, by the way. So if you've got any ads cards, whack them. Just flash them up. The Streamloots link is. I will get you it now. 1 sec.
You've got ads cards.
Pleasant Valley Picker redeemed this card. Okay, Adz. Lay on the compliment.
Okay, lay on the compliment. You are a very lovely, kind, nice person, as far as I'm aware, from knowing you in the chat for God knows 2 years or something. Very loyal person to your friends. Yeah, they're the main things I see about you. Like you're really lovely. You're always friendly to everyone in the chat, and you're very you've been, the reason I say loyal is because you've been a regular of this show for God knows how long. I honestly do not know how long. And so that's something I can pick up on quite easily. Right, anyway, oh God. You know why my room's a mess? Because I've got eBay stuff in here, and I'm actually trying to do eBay work. And as you'll know, look at that bad boy, 35 items on eBay. God, I'm a pro seller again. Look at this, I'm a pro seller. Can you believe it? I'm a pro seller. We out here making all sorts of moves. We're gonna be like bloody Gary V, the Gary V of eBay at this rate, you know. So I've got a dirty room because I'm grapping, you know, as the young kids say now, you know, the 18-year-olds, because I'm down with the kids now at uni. We grapping. That's what they say, grapping. If you don't know what it means getting buckets. We getting buckets of cash in this mudder. No, I'm not going to say that word. We're getting buckets of cash. We're grapping, man. Okay, that's enough. That's too much. That was going a bit OTT. Right, let's tidy this room. Tidy this room in the mud. No, we're not going to say that word. Right, okay, so did you? We're loving you and I'm loving me. everybody sees your love. I'm loving you, and I'm loving me, and everybody sees that you're. I'm loving me. Have to put it up there for now, and I'm gonna put this somewhere else because it needs to go and have a little wipe because it has a chocolate stain on it, and I don't want my bloody Ralph Lauren to have a chocolate stain on it because that is not good. Ah well, right, okay, that'll do. It was a bit of a clean. We took a few things out. That'll do. And I actually really did need to take those things out. Thanks, Adz. Been on YouTube about 28. You've been on YouTube 28 months. Wow, that's cool. Adz Roots. I don't know what that means, but okay. We'll go for it. If you got any questions, whack them in. If you got any more Adz cards, whack them in the chat. Not in the chat, on the thing.
Uniquely me played this card, or you can hump your chair.
God, what's this? Is that a rare? Why is that a rare? That should be like a legendary. Wait, that should be a legendary. No, well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, let's try it. Or you can hump the chair. No. 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 I'll give myself a mohawk and then we'll sort it. Mother ducker do do do. No, now you got me saying that horrible word that I shouldn't be saying. I've got to take my little wing off. My little wing. That can go down there. Wingy wing wing. Why don't you bringy bring bring all of the treasure that I singy sing sing. If you you get 10 points if you know what that's from. If you know what TV show that's from. And yes, I did butcher it as well. That's not what it is. This wingy wing wing. I will singy sing sing. No.
Uniquely me played this card.
Crying out loud, man. I've just done it. I've just done it, man. And it's not even working anyway. Singy sing sing. With this wingy wing wing. And then I will bringy bring bring. Come on, 10 points in the chat. 2 points in the chat or whatever I said. Oh my god, that's so bad. If you get... Oh god, it's so sticky. It's horrible. If you get... What TV show that's from? Go on, come on, you gotta do this. Gotta do this. If you're in the US, you won't know. If you're in the UK, you might know. You might just get it. Ugh. Right, I'm gonna clean myself up. I'm all sorts of sticky at the moment. And not necessarily in the good way. I redeemed it a bit because it doesn't look too bad now, but it's still a bit funny, a bit wavy. It's a bit wavy. Don't mohawk your hair, no. I want the hair chump. The hair chump, the chair hump. See what I mean about my brain going off today? It just doesn't work. Adz looks like a rooster. Yeah, bloody Rocky, innit? Rocky out of Chicken Little. A Chicken Little? No, it's not Chicken Little. Chicken one, right? My brain today, I don't even know what's going on. Right, anyway, whack some comments in the chat. I'll put my ring back on. Ringy ring ring. So no one guessed it. It was Chuckle Vision, by the way. I don't know what episode. The Magic Ring. No, it's not. I don't know what episode it's called. Let me type it in because that'll annoy me. And I need to know. I need to know. It's terrible. I need to know. No, I needed that tab. No. Come on, baby. Come on, come back on. Yes. Yes, you're a beauty. You're a beauty. Yes. Right, okay, so, Chuckle Vision. I'm going to put The Ring, see if that comes. Paul of the Ring, that's it, Paul of the Ring. Because it's meant to be a play on Lord of the Rings, I think. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you can actually watch that on YouTube if you want to watch that episode. Pretty cool episode. I have a cancel card, but don't know what it will cancel. Right, so imagine someone uses a card right now. Imagine Tracy uses a card right now. Then you can use that card straight after it, and it'll cancel Tracy's card. So then I won't have to do whatever Tracy says. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It is actually quite a powerful card, and I think it is only a common or a rare. It's either a common or a rare, but it is powerful. Like, it is a powerful card. So I don't have enough practice with the cards. Well, it's alright. Well, I mean, we're coming to an end tonight. Bloody crazy, you know. Oh, also, someone said hi up the chat a little bit, and I didn't really attend to them or anything. Oh, there you go. Chewy. I did say the name out loud. Hey, Adz, you sexy fella. How are you doing? I don't know whether I've seen you on the stream before. Maybe I have ages ago, but I can't remember. But yeah, I'm doing well. I am obviously back for summer. I'm still got a lot. I'm still doing loads. You know, it's still crazy at the moment. Oh, there he is. Hey lads, can I have £20, please? Why would I just give someone 20 quid randomly? That's really weird. I don't even give my friends 20 quid randomly. Who gives their friends 20 quid randomly? I mean, I suppose if they really need it, yeah, but I mean, I don't just go around giving my friends 20 quid. So why would I just give someone random 20 quid? That's just weird. Why are you ending the cards? Well, as I said a couple of weeks ago, they're just not brilliant in terms of, like, they're very degrading. They are, they enhance any issues I may have with authority. And because, of course, I'm doing a psychology course, and because, of course, I'm very interested in psychology, I know that the cards aren't really good for my psychological development, for my growth and development as a person, all the rest of it. So what I did was, obviously, I decided a few weeks ago, and I said it when I came back in my return stream, that the cards will be, I'll do one final video with the cards, and that'll be it. We'll be going. I think it's a brilliant decision. But the only problem is, I have now, because I've sorted out memberships a bit more, and I've got that coming. That'll be coming very, very soon. By the way, I've still got some things in the works with that though that I need to complete. But I was a bit worried that I wouldn't have anything to replace the ads cards. And now I've structured some things with these channel memberships that I feel is okay. I mean, it doesn't replace the ads cards to a really good extent. It's not going to be the same as the ads cards or anything like that. But it's something it gives you something. It gives you some perks in place of the ads cards. Because, of course, what you could do originally is buy the ads cards packs and get some perks on the channel. This way of doing things with the memberships, you can buy a membership, which they start at very, very, very low prices per month, and you can buy one of those, and then you get some perks, and there's some other things with that. It's not the same as the ads cards, as I said, but it's something, and so I'm glad I managed to kind of sort that out the last 3 weeks or so. Still got a bit more time to go on it, but I'll explain it all when it comes out anyway, so don't worry about that. I'll do a video with it explaining it, what the things are, all the rest of it, how things are going to work as well with that integrating into the channel. But no, that was the reason. That was the main reason for the ads cards. They just needed they just needed to go, basically. Oh yeah, it makes sense. It can get a bit repetition. Well, yes, it can as well, definitely. I think that if you do, for example, like the ads cards as well, what I found was, when I was doing them and when I was designing them, obviously I could do a collection and then I could put that out there, but then over like and I'm sure you noticed this as well yourself, PvP, that over like 12 weeks, the same cards were coming up again. And it was getting quite kind of like, well, it's getting a bit stale. It's getting a bit boring after a few months. And then I ended up doing a new collection. And there's only so many new things you can do. I mean, I don't know, I've probably got it still up here. I've got 77 in that collection and 64 in that collection. So I've got 141 cards. 141 Adz cards. There's not much more creativity I can put into them. There's not much more interest that I can apply to them. And so it is just one of those things that would just peter out in the end. And the only way it wouldn't peter out is if I got a big enough audience, for example, so that then new people were coming on board to buy the Adz cards, and they also were interested in it because they hadn't seen them before, you see. But because of having a small audience, I mean, everyone had seen them before, everyone knew what they were, and it just does get boring. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't bring them back as a one-off, like one time at some point in the future, just for a laugh one day. I mean, I'm still going to keep the Stream Loots account open. I'm still going to keep it there. I might bring them back like just for one day here or there. But it's not at all going to be a regular thing. It's not going to be on every Thursday Talks episode or anything like that. But what we can expect in Thursday Talks, especially during summer while I'm doing a lot more reselling, is I will be doing some more reselling talk back on Thursday Talks. That's going to be a part of Thursday Talks. What I've been listing, just generally about selling and things like that. Because of course I am going to be more involved with eBay. I mean, even just this week I've only just got back on eBay. I've only just listed like 35 items, and I'm already getting bids through. I've got a couple of sales as well, so I've got things to talk about, and I've got that reselling side opening up a bit more. So that's something that we can expect to see on Thursday Talks a bit as well as the new stuff with regards to the memberships, and the things, the small things that may bring and that may add, and then there'll be other things as well that I ran, just randomly questions in the chat, whatever, it doesn't matter. Keeping up to date on everyone's lives and stuff like that, and just chatting to people in the chat, just as friends basically, because that's what we consider ourselves as and what we have considered ourselves as for so long, just friends in the chat. And so that's going to be a feature as well, and whatever else, God knows whatever else, whatever it is we're doing at the time. So yeah, with that being said, I'll leave that little ramble there. It's good to change things up once in a while. Easy to get in a rut doing mistake. Yeah, it is definitely. Maybe some Adz cards at Christmas. That's a good idea. A one-off kind of stream at Christmas we could do. We could do some Adz cards there. It's always these things are always good ideas. I tell you what, I'm so thirsty. I don't know why, but I'm bloody. I mustn't have drank much today, but I think because we were out. I had a drink at Nando's, but that was like it. There was no other time I had a drink, so that's probably why. It's bad. Bloody hell. So yeah, if you got any more questions in the chat, whack them in. If you do have any Adz cards, if you've just joined us or anything like that, and you do have any Adz cards remaining, I will once again whack the link in the chat to the public page, and make sure to use your Adz cards in the next 30 minutes or so.
Uniquely me played this card, a cute little puppy this time.
A cute little puppy, okay, one sec. Make sure to use your Adz cards in the next 20 minutes, half an hour, because they will be going for quite a while. A cute little puppy, right, okay. Actually, funnily enough, my friends have just got 2 puppies. So I should be able to do that, but their puppies, oh god, what's this?
Pleasant Valley Picker redeemed this card.
There we go. That's the way to use it. That's the way to use it, yeah. That's a weird thing we got with the cards, though, just to kind of wrap up the cards as well, to talk about them. We never really had that with the cards. Like, people didn't really use them that much in, let's say, a way of battling with them. You know, like, people would just use them to use them. But no one really did that, like, battling with them, saying, well, oh, well, I can cancel your card. I mean, Shazad did it from time to time, I suppose. But people didn't really do that. That would have been quite a fun dynamic if we had a little bit more of that going on. Like, you know, with there's another card as well. There's another... Oh, no, that's just the This Does Nothing card. That's a ridiculous card in itself, really. But there was some... there was a couple of cards that did certain things like cancel effects and stuff that possibly could have been used in better ways.
You played this card. I need a puppy now. There we go,
that's the one. Reverse card effect. That's it. That's the one that could have been used better. And that's the way to use it. Those two cards have just been used perfectly there. Right, so puppy. Woof, 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 woof. That's not very good, is it? Woof, woof, woof. Excuse me. That was so bad. Woof, 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 woof. Oh, that's better. Okay, that'll do. No, but my friends' puppies, God, they bloody howl. Jesus, they're not cute little noises sometimes. Whew. Sometimes they can be cute little noises, but then other times, whew, God, they really cry and they really like, woof, woof, you know, real. It's crazy. It is crazy. So sometimes they really, it's not nice to hear, especially like when they start crying. Like, it's weird when the puppies cry. It's like, it's not a cry. Oh my God, what's this? Review your own store.
Redeem this card. Okay, review your own store.
God, I've not even got the computer thing on, have I? I've not even got the computer thing on, so I don't even think I could do it. Because the problem is, there's no way... Oh, no, wait, there is a way. One sec. Oh, is there a way? Oh, no, maybe there isn't a way. I was thinking I could do it, actually, then, but... No, I don't think there is a way, because I can't edit that tab without moving around and all the rest of it. I don't think I can do it properly. Ah, well, no, I can't do it properly. Is it sure there's not a lock button on that? I swear there was a lock button on that thing. Surely there's a lock button on that thing. No, I might not be able to do it. I thought there was a lock button on that thing, but maybe not. Oh, no, there we go. Cool. I'm on. Don't know why. Don't know how that worked. Right, one sec. Let me just go and set up the page then. I'll go and set up eBay. I'm actually not got a store as well at the moment. I'm only on... I've not got a store, but I'll show you this page here anyway. So that's my page. We'll just go like that. And... one sec. Oh no. There we go. Right then. So you can see here. Let me just go on here. There. Yeah, cool. Okay. We've got some vintage retro Walt Disney World bronze colour metal coasters. I'm not going to review everything, by the way. I'm just going to review a few things. You can see we've got some nice photos there. Pre-owned, $9.99. Some of these have actually gone for like sort of 18 to 20 quid on auction, so I decided to put that one on auction. Got these for 2 quid from a charity shop just the other day. So even if I get a tenner, I'm happy with that, but I think I'll probably get more anyway. Next, I've got this Chuckle Brothers. I just talked about the Chuckle Brothers as well before. Indiana Chuckles and the Kingdom of the Mythical Sulk, although I've not been able to fit that on there. Brand new and sealed, $7.99 there. Quite good photos, not too bad photos, but the only problem is I've only got, on each of these listings, I've only got like 3, maybe 2, 3, 4 photos. I think even on that top one, I might only have 2 photos. One like that and then one of the back of the 4, but on some things you don't really need, like it's just superfluous to have more than 2 or 3 photos. So like for example on a postcode, a postcard, you know, what can you really do? You can't do like 12 photos of a postcard, can you? So you know, sometimes it can just be too much to do like 12 photos or anything. We've got some Lego there. Again, the photos aren't bad. I'm working with a bit of a crappy setup at the moment with my photos and stuff. I've not got my usual setup, but it's not too bad. I'm making do with the space that I have. I've still got my background, of course, but I've just not got it in the same area, and it's a bit hard to work with and stuff, but it's still not coming. Still, by no means are the bad photos or anything. They're not too bad at all. But I think they would just look maybe slightly better if I had my old setup properly kind of installed as it was. Got some headphones. They were actually my own old headphones, so they're not necessarily reselling or anything. But you can see there 9 bids, $9.99. I don't even know how that's 9 bids at $9.99 because I'm pretty sure I started them at $9.99. So I don't know what's going on there, how we can have 9 bids at that. Again, a few more auctions, Star Wars stuff, pottery books, all the rest of it. Not too bad actually, with regards to the store. It looks alright. I've got my, I've got my titles not too bad. I try and include quite a bit in the titles. I try and like fill them out as best I can. I try and put some good keywords in there as well. And again, I try and make my photos just nice so they look quite good. So it's not too bad. The only area for not the only area. One of the areas for improvement with, for example, my listings would be the description. I don't put anything in the description. I just put a copy of the title, and then I put condition. Is it new, used, and if it has a few defects, I'll put the defects in there, and then I'll just literally put like sent with Royal Mail or sent with Hermes, and that is it. I don't put anything else in. I'll put the defects, I'll put a copy of the title, and like what it's being sent by, and that's that. I will not put anything else in. I let the photos speak for themselves. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not too sure, but it could always be improved upon, the description. And if anyone's going to pick apart my listings, I would say that would be the fairest point to pick apart. Obviously the descriptions. I think everything else is okay. The photos are okay, considering that I'm not working with my old setup. The titles are okay. I do generally put some, quite a good amount of words in there, but certainly the descriptions are where I'm lacking really. So that would be the point, one of the main points of weakness for my my listings. You have some auctions. Yeah, I don't normally do auctions PvP because it is very much my thinking that auctions, they're not really that good. The only reason I've done auctions for a few of those items is because some of those coasters already sold on auction. So I know that they should. I'm only
Uniquely
saying should.
played this card. Hot stuff.
What's this? I have to draw something on my face. Oh, for crying out loud! What are these cards? Jesus. But yeah, so I don't know whether those coasters are going to sell on auction, but I do know that they have sold on auction in the past, and I thought, you know what, I need a bit of money through the door, so let's try and see if they do go on auction, because that'll mean they've sold in 7 days. I'm going to draw a little smiley face, if I can even draw it, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, my brain isn't coping here because it's trying to organise spatial awareness, organise comprehension and production of language, and trying to use abstract thought to think about the reasoning behind why I've done those things as auction and not buy it now. So it's trying to do, and it's got my vision and my occipital lobe working and all the bloody rest of it, and my hearing and all that, and the auditory systems. So it's in overload at the minute. This is the hardest thing you can get your brain to do, because it's concentrating on every possible bloody thing that could be possibly concentrated on, even emotion, because you can see in my voice that I'm getting more, stimulated. So it's literally all the bloody brain's working at the moment. Maybe not so much the hippocampus and stuff, but certainly a lot of the brain is working doing this. So anyway, I'm not going to do any more of that. So I decided to do a few bits and bobs on auction. Where is it now? The Seagull, putting that on auction. I don't know. Maybe that won't go. But I know that the headphones have already gone, so that's okay. The Lego's already gone, 6 bid, so that's good. And what else have already gone? The coasters haven't gone actually, so was it? The Rubik's Cube hasn't gone as well, which is a bit annoying, but I have sold one of them on auction before, so we'll see. I don't think there's anything else on auction actually. Let me go down. No, I think there is one more item. Oh no, I've got some Action Man stuff on auction. Action Man stuff on auction is okay. That should do alright. The rest of it, whenever you put anything like that's not Lego, or that's not kind of like vintage toys on auction, it's always like a bit of a, I don't know. Right then, Adz, you should have called them Frankenstein cards. You invented a monster. I know, it's crazy, right? Susie's in the chat. Hi there, Susie. You've not really missed much. It's just been, it's just been doing the Adz cards finale. We've had minor little bits of chat about reselling, but not much. And we've had minor chat about what I've done today, which I went into Chester. But it's mainly been the Adz cards. If you've got any Adz cards, Susie, I think you have. Let me just give you the link to the Streamloots page, and then you can go ahead and use them. It is the finale of Adz cards today. I'm not saying that they're never going to be back, because we might do a one-off show every now and then with Adz cards, but when I say every now and then, I mean like once a year or something like that. So not like every now and then, like every few weeks. So yeah, just whack them in. Hi there, Buying Space. I also want to say, because I've neglected her, and I apologise, I saw you in the chat before. Jennifer. Hi there, Jennifer. Good to see you in the chat.
Uniquely me played this card. Hi, Susie.
I have to get a drink. Oh, that's brilliant, because I need a drink. Again. Have you seen how much I've drank this bloody stream? I've had a full one of them. I mean, I know it's not that much. It's like 330 mil or something. And then I've had this. God, I'm going to be weeing all night at this rate. So yeah, sorry Jennifer for neglecting you. I apologise. I'm just rambling and all the rest of it. I know I'm terrible. I'm disgusting. You should just hate me for the rest of my life. It's okay if you do. But yeah, I wanted to point you out in the chat there. And also, Jennifer, if you have any Adz cards, which I don't know whether you did get them at the time, back when I was doing them, but you can go on the link that I just provided, and you can see your Adz cards there if you do have any. Mm. 45-minute cooldown. We can sort that for you, PvP. We can sort that for you. We'll get that cooldown down. Does that even work? I don't even know. Card timer. No, that's not it. Configure page. Right, you're going to have to wait for me, PvP, because I'm not very good with this sort of technical stuff. Is that worked, PvP? Just go and check for me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not certain. I think it should have done. It should have done, but maybe let me just check. Because I don't think it has. I don't think it has, you know. Edit, selected, update, cooldown, activate, cooldown. No, it hasn't worked. I'm sorry, it hasn't worked. Confirm. Okay, now it should have worked.
Uniquely me played this card, Jumping Jacks.
Right, okay, one sec. I'm just got to do it for my other collection because I've not done it for the Nemesis collection. Change collection, Nemesis. Change, edit selected, update cooldown, 1 minute. Right, okay, so now what's happened is you can do a card after every minute. So, obviously, I'm going to burp again. Obviously, after every minute, instead of after every 45 minutes, you can do a card now. So, you can speed run it. Which is cool. It's okay. I was doing something and just listening. Okay, cool. Jennifer is wonderful. You will. I know. It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. I'm just doing terrible today. My brain is all over the place. It's all over the place buying space. Hey, it's all over the place buying space. How cool is that? That's cool. It's all over the place. My friend Ryan was telling me today how I'm just messing up all my words. I've done it in this stream about 3 times. I'm just messing up my words. I can't even say anything today. I should just basically get on the bed and sleep all day because I'm just not there, you know. I'm just not there. I missed what he drew on it. It's a smile. It's trying to be a smiley face, but it looks more like a blooming something out of Thor rather than a smiley face. Bloody hell. Sorry, what was that card, Tracy? Oh, jumping jacks. Okay, cool. I can do that. We can do that. Oh my God, we can do that, man. We can do that all day, man. Yeah. We can do that all day. Right, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not very good at hand-eye body coordination, so I can't do it very well because my legs don't go out properly. You see what I mean? I'm doing my arms and my legs at the same time, at the different times. I can't. My legs are going in when my arms are going out. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait. Right, let me do this again. That's it. Oh no, it's gone off. It's gone off again. Oh, God, I'm gonna die after this. God, don't make me do exercise. Okay, there we go. Oh my God. Don't make me do exercise. That's the quickest way you're gonna kill me. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care. I'd rather be eating something than doing exercise. Oh God. Oh God. I mean, walking's fine. I'll walk all day. You know, just give me a path to walk down. I'll walk for hours. I mean, I'll get tired, but I'll walk for hours. But you know, do like this aerobic exercise or whatever they call it. Jeez, I'm gone. I am gone. Jumping jack the hands. Oh, whatever. It was close enough. Buying space, it was close enough. Give me a break. I'm not an exercise person. I'm not one of these gym guys like doing all this, you know, weighting stuff. Oh God. Just gonna sit here and die of a myocardial infarction. You know, it's okay. Just leave me to it. You know, it won't be anything to you. It's all right. Okay. I think I'm a bit better now. I think we're getting there. Oh, are you flapping? Yeah, it is so bad. He said he can do it all day. Yeah, maybe not. All right, what's this one?
Uniquely me played this card. How do I find my true love? Go deep, Adz.
How do I find my true... Well, this is something I've been on at the moment. how do we know? This is something that I want to pose a question to the chat. We'll do this. How do we know when we've really found someone we love? You know, how do we know that? Because, myself and everyone else out there, we all have experiences of crushes. We all have experiences of people that we have a good connection with and that we may term love. But how do we really know when we've found someone deeply that we love? And we know, how is that? Because one answer, of course, maybe quite correctly, would be time, experience, and personality. So, for example, a combination of time spent with them, experiences you've had with them, and the connection that you have between the two personalities. That could be one explanation. But I don't want to divulge too much into the theory behind it. What I want to say is the feeling. How do we know deeply from the feeling that we've found our true love or someone we love deeply? How is that? Because I don't know. I don't know how we can quantify that and how we can say, yes, this is it, or even maybe not quantify, but kind of qualify that to ourselves, to our life, whatever, So it's a very, very hard thing. I think personally, I just think, I don't think it can be explained rationally or rationally, anything like that. I think that you just know in your mind. Like when you meet a person, when you experience a person for a while, maybe even quite quickly as well, that you just know that that's the person, and to not kind of invite yourself or even invite them, a mutual invitation into each other's worlds, let's say, I suppose is the best way to describe it, rather than it being a one-sided thing either way. I think that you just know that that's right, that that's the thing that has to happen, and I don't know, it's kind of like it's transcendental in a way. It's kind of like beyond humanity, beyond the human realm. It almost feels like that, I think. And I think when you absorb yourself in that, and you let go to that experience, and that very, very nervous experience, because you don't know whether it's going to work. You don't know whether it's going to work out fully or anything like that. But if you commit yourself to that experience, if you let go to that experience of potentially it working, then you maybe can cultivate and grow something that could really be something true, and something true love. But I don't know. Let's just see in the chat anyway. You just said you could do more of that. Yeah, I know. But no, I think I already read that. I don't know how to call an ambulance for your neighbourhood. It's not 911. It's 999 in the UK, isn't it? I'm like, I'm just gonna check that for you. It's 999, right? Yeah, it is 999. Okay, cool. I'd settle for a bit of false love these days. Well, I think that it's better to kind of try and experience something really deep and real than just go for something just for the sake of going for it, I suppose. Their farts don't stink to us. Your love is unconditional. You love them warts and all. Wow, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. I'm kidding, of course. Oh, I'm kidding, of course. Cool. True love would be wonderful. Not easy to find out. No, it isn't. I don't think it is. I think it's something that is... it's like I said, I think it's like kind of almost transcendental in a way. Kelly's in. Hi there, Kelly. How you doing? What else have we got here? Just be a playboy and spread your love to everyone. Oh my god. Well, you can do that. You can do that. But I don't know about saying that's love. I'd say that's more physical lust or physical attraction. Maybe with a little bit of connection involved in there mentally as well. But I don't know about love. Unconditional and you just click together. That's a good way of describing it, PvP. Click together, that's a good one. I like that. Has to go both ways. Yeah, again, does have to go both ways. Also respect a shared sense of humour. That's a good one as well, yeah. I think maybe as well as that, maybe those people, some people don't have a sense of humour. Maybe like people who don't have a sense of humour, maybe they're good together. Like people who just don't have a sense. Because, you might get someone who has a sense of humour, and a good sense of humour, with someone who has a really bad sense of humour, you don't even like it. They might actually conflict quite a lot. I mean, there's the argument for the fact that opposites attract and all that, and that, of course, there could be some connection there by the fact that one compensates for the other, for the other's kind of conscious ideas and personality, and the fact that they don't like humour or they do like humour or whatever. But I think that maybe two people don't have a good sense of humour. Those two are quite good together, and then people who are quite humorous can be quite good together. But saying that, comedians don't really get together, do we? Comedians normally always marry someone who has quite a normal job, and maybe they've not got an incredible sense of humour, but they've certainly not got a lack of sense of humour. But I don't know, it's an odd one trying to work it out. But you can't work out love. You just can't do it. It's not something that you can actually rationally pin down. You can't do. I mean, believe me, I've tried for years, because I'm a bloody. People know how much of a bloody clinical person I am. You only need watch one of my philosophy videos to know how bloody clinical I am, and I've tried to do that, and you just can't do it. You will not get an answer that way. But the only way you are going to get an answer is by something that's irrational and that can't really be explained in words. So then you've got to take a leap of faith. Well, you've got to reject any sort of idea of comprehending it in a rational, thought-based, philosophical manner, and just take the irrational.
Inito Flip It redeemed this card. Tell Tracy, once and for all, that you don't hate her.
Tell Tracy once. I don't hate Tracy. Why do people keep saying this? I don't hate Tracy. She's really cool. Why the hell why? It's not even very nice, because I don't even hate her. God. There's very few people I do actually genuinely hate, because I always find something of value in every person. There's always some little nugget. Yeah, okay, well, I might say I generally have a dislike for one particular person. Maybe it's a famous person or whatever it is that I've seen on TV. But there's always something within the personality or within their interest that you end up clicking with, and you think, oh, actually, there we go, that person's actually cool in this respect. So it's I don't personally see how you can hate anyone 100%, they're never been in your life, they're never you absolutely hate them. I just don't get it. You just can't do it, so there's always something within anyone to connect you with them. So anyway, one of the longest running gags on here. I know, hey, bloody hell, that's been a bloody gag for ages. Compatibility is important, I think. I've never bought into this opposites attract idea. Yeah, I you know what, PvP, I've been I did buy into the opposites attract idea for a very, very long time, but now I'm really starting to think, hang on a minute, I don't know. I think it's more that really it's similar people attract. I'm not saying that opposites don't attract. I mean, in these certain situations, they will do. And maybe as a general kind of idea, especially if we're thinking about heterosexual relationships, obviously it's not as simple as that, because we've got homosexual relationships and all
You've
the rest
got
of it.
ads cards.
Inito Flip It redeemed this card in 4 words or less. What does Shazad think of ads?
Is Shazad even on here? Is he even... I didn't even think he was on here. I don't know. But no, I mean, I know it's not as simple as that because we have homosexual relationships, etc., etc. But in the general kind of, let's say, just solely isolating just heterosexuality for the purposes of this explanation, in that particular physical context, then opposites attract, because you got a woman, vagina, man, penis being outward, vagina being inward. So opposites attract in that circumstance. But of course, that's just one small explanation of a certain phenomenon. And so there's a lot more intricacies there. And personality-wise, I think that really you do have a very strong point, a very valid point, that no, actually, there's a lot of this kind of similarity of attraction. And people who are similar attracting one another, not necessarily the opposites attracting, No, he's not, but what do you think he thinks of you, Adz? Oh, what do I think he thinks of me? I don't know, really. I think... I don't know. I don't know what he thinks.
You've got Adz cards.
Inito Flip It redeemed this card, an impression of your chair explaining what it thinks of you.
Explain. Oh my God. Right, wait, let me do the Shazad one. But this is getting too quick. Have I missed an Adz card here? I don't know. That adds a new meaning to the are you in an inio and out? Yeah, I know, right? That's bloody crazy. Inio and out. Yeah. Anyway, so Shazad, I think he probably thinks I'm a nice young guy. I don't know. He thinks I'm a eccentric, random guy who has an over interest in certain intellectual stimuli. I redeemed myself. I'll have it known, I redeemed myself there. I used the plural, not the singular. Yeah. We got this intellectual shit down. Look at that. We got it down. Anyway, yeah, maybe that. And that he thinks I am a little bit weird, but a nice weird. He thinks I'm a nice weird, and he thinks that that adds to my character and the overall appeal that I bring to the world. Shall we say that? Is that a bit too up my own arse? Maybe it's a bit too up my own arse. I might just withdraw that last statement there, just because it might be a bit too much. But we've said it now, so there we go. Best description of the male-female reality I've ever heard, Adz. I don't know what I said. All I said was a penis is outward and a vagina is inward. I don't think that counts for much, but okay. No, but that's it, innit? A penis is outward and a vagina is... I mean, there's more psychology you can go into there, particularly with the idea that, the traditionalist idea. The traditionalist idea would be one way of thinking about it. The socialization version of it would be a different way. But we could say, let's say, in the idea that men are more extroverted, for example, we could say men are more extroverted with their sexual desire. Well, what does that correspond to? It corresponds to the fact that their penis is extroverted. It's outward. You see, it's in the external world. It protrudes out of their body. Whereas women generally are more passive with their sexual desire. Of course, there's a strong sexual desire there, but it's more passive, and the man is the one who generally is more, the man goes and gets the woman in a traditional idea, and the woman, the vagina, is inward. And so that relates to her introversion with her sexual desires. And her introversion with her sexual desires is shown within her desire to elevate sex to a level of emotionality that the man doesn't think of, because his sexual desire is external, on the physical world, on the physical body of the woman. You see, so the man's extroverted sexual desire characterizes itself as a physical lust for the body of a woman. The woman's introverted nature of her sexual desire characterizes it inwardly on the emotion that she feels as the connection between her and the man. That's generally some sort of the traditional idea of what the sexual interplay between man and woman is that correlates to the anatomical relations between the sexual organs and the personality. Well, not the personality, but the kind of psychological effects of the sexual instincts on a man or on a woman. That's kind of the way of going about it. But it's, you know, it's much more complicated than that, and it's not that, you know, men are all just extroverted in their desire and just about the physical body of a woman. There's a lot, you know, it's gradiented. It's not that, well, all men are just that or all women are just that. It's very, very grey. You know, it's not like, oh, well, it's that or it's that. It's black or white. It's not at all. It's very, very different from that. Stimulusosaurus. Is that word feminine, masculine, or neither? I do not have a clue. I do not have a clue. Is Adz overgeneralizing? Well, I think you end up having to overgeneralize to a degree first off, and then get back to a kind of more stronger kind of gradiented framework of how it actually is. For example, you could say people, you know, there's certain personality types. Well, there isn't certain personality types, because actually everyone is a individual
You've got ads cards.
But
Inito Flip it redeemed this card. Enough birds and bees. What does your chair think of your treatment?
Oh yeah, crap. Yeah, but one second. But there isn't personality types. There's personalities. There's individual personalities, and they gradient. They're like on a gradient of the personality type. So you might have a specific personality type, but they're not really that strongly correlated with that type in a very, very strong manner. They're kind of only weakly associated with their own type, because actually their personality is much more intricate and different than just that. And it's the same with these ideas as well. Okay, yeah, so I say that in a generalized manner, but I don't mean that for everyone. I don't mean like it's black or white like that. Because, for example, there's many people who actually consider themselves asexual, which means they don't have any sexual desire. And in that case, that's very different. And that's not at all what I was saying. So, you know, it isn't, don't get me wrong, it isn't like black or white, like, it's very, very different. And it's on these huge, huge scales that are even beyond comprehension. To any sort of psychological study or psychological function. But anyway, the chair. So, I think it probably thinks, why? For one, I think, why is his back always sweaty? That's probably one thing it thinks, because I always sit on this chair and sometimes my back gets sweaty, especially when it's a bloody hot day and you literally, you can't even... God, you can't even contain any level of sweat and stuff. I guess that's one thing this chair thinks. Also, I think that it probably wonders some of the time, or it did wonder some of the time, why the hell it got humped so much, and I don't know why it was probably getting humped. I don't think it enjoyed getting humped. I think it was probably something that it disliked. I don't think it would have enjoyed that particularly. It doesn't seem like the chair to enjoy that sort of activity. I kind of think it would be something that it probably would dislike. It seems like the kind of chair that would want to do the humping. You know what I mean? I mean, just look at the chair. It seems like the kind of chair that would be wanting to be in the driver's seat, rather than me being in the driver's seat with it specifically. If it was a little chair, like an office chair or something like that, or, you know, a small chair, a little small plastic one or something, then maybe it would go somewhere. Maybe it would be a little bit better. But it's quite a big chair, and I don't know whether it feels the same. Well, not as I do, because that's weird. I don't feel anything for a chair. Let's get this clear. I don't feel anything for the chair. but I don't think it feels as you would expect it to feel about the whole humping idea. But we're going to stop there because that's really weird talking about humping and stuff for that long. How's your trading 212 portfolio going? It's going good. I don't. You might have seen that video actually, Bill. Yeah. So I've got a lot more money than that in there now. Mainly because I took some money out of crypto when crypto was on the highs, and I put it into trading 212. So the trading 212 account is going rather good. It's one of those things that actually is. I don't know. It's kind of stable for me, and I like it being stable because I have my crypto, which is it's horrible because it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and down, and all the rest of it, and it can get quite tiresome because it's forever going up and down. And I mean, I don't mean just like going up and down a bit. I mean it goes up and down a lot. So you're constantly going up and down with that, and it's nice to have the trading 212 where it goes up or down over like 3 months only by like 200 quid or something. And that's really nice, and it's really refreshing because I think, well, I've got a stable investment there that isn't like crypto because it kind of stays at a reasonable level. It doesn't go down too much, and it doesn't go up too much, and it's nice, it's nice that I can have that sort of investment and can utilize something like that rather than the crypto, which is all over the place. So yeah, it's going well. I just need to I want to put a bit more money over there over the months. I've not really got the money at the moment to do that, but I'm hoping over as I say, over the months, slowly get a bit more money over there. And I mean, it just make a nice little investment for kind of. Ad's description of crypto makes it sound like porn. I don't know. Maybe I don't think so. Not that description. I could have been more sexy with it, talking about crypto. But I don't know. All I said was it goes up and down. Oh no, right? Okay. I get it a bit. Okay. But no, it's a nice little investment actually over there, and I like it because I get a nice little bit of dividends, not crazy, not crazy amount of dividends or anything, but a little bit, it's not bad. And I'm going to just recycle that in. I'm just going to recycle that money back in. And it won't be too bad. It'll be all right. So the chair wants to be the humper, not the humpy. Well, it just look at the chair. I think it does look kind of like that, really. I date an average girl next door if I loved her for her personality. What's an average girl next door? I thought a girl next door was like a really attractive person. Is that not what it is? Because I always, whenever someone says girl next door, I always remember that movie, The Girl Next Door. And that girl was a porn star or something, and she was really attractive. And so whenever anyone says that to me, I always think that it means someone really attractive. But I guess what it means, a girl next door, is someone just, I'd say standard, just someone normal is what I mean to say. Just sort of normal girl or a normal guy. So I don't know, maybe that's what it means. But I always thought it was, it meant someone attractive. So it's probably not that. But no, I think that's correct. Like you would, I would. I think anyone would if you had a connection with that personality. If you were really kind of focused on a similar wavelength, if you were both on that similar wavelength, then why not? Because the physical stuff kind of falls anyway. This is what I think. By the time you get to like your 50s or something like that, 60s. It's fallen, that sort of stuff. That physical stuff, it doesn't really mean anything. You're on a different wavelength in your relationship. You're not really thinking about that stuff as much. It's more about the mental connection, the personality connection. So, the physical stuff is really for the young people. It's like, oh, well, we've got all beautifully collagen-filled bodies or faces or whatever. And isn't it brilliant, and you can have that kind of time of real physical exuberance and exploring each other's bodies. But then after that, when you get to 50 or so, you're like, well, of course men, particularly I would say, do have that kind of sexual drive for a long time. Possibly with women, I don't know, I'm not a woman, but possibly with women that goes away a little bit more than with men. Maybe they're a little bit more focused on the emotional side, whereas men may retain a bit more of that sexual drive, even 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, But I think for both sexes, it does become at least a bit more about the mental rather than the physical. The physical does get just thrown down a little bit more. It's not there as much. And it's not that it's not there necessarily because it's a bad thing. It's rather that there's more of a mental connection. And also, when the physical things, when sex is approached and when that real physical connection is had, which is by no means not regular, but when it is approached, there's a deeper connection there because you've got an enhanced level of mental connection with that person. And so it's more about that. Even within the physical thing, even within sex, it's more about a mental connection. It's like it's not really that you're physically connecting, it's more that you're mentally connecting through the physical sphere, in a way, you know what I mean? Whereas when you're young, it's more like you're connecting physically through the physical sphere and not really that much mentally. Because, when you're really young, like, you're like 16, 18, whatever, that sort of very, very early young sexual experiences, that there is like, oh God, you're just physical. There's no real mental. Then when you get obviously a little bit older, you're more and more mental. Then as you get older and older and older, it's more and more and more and more mental, until the physical stuff does recede a little bit, but still pleasant to a degree. But it also is a mental phenomenon. The physical connection enhances the mental connection, to a very, very strong degree, I think. But I can't understand that without experiencing it. I'd have to be 50 odd. Like, I want to be 50 odd at some point. I know, hopefully I will be. But when I'm 50 odd, I'll be able to know. I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that now. And I can say it to people confidently because I'll be like, well, yeah, that is what happens. And I observed it and I could see it in my relationship, da-da-da-da. So that's going to be something I'm going to be approaching over the years to see what happens with that. That'll be quite interesting. Anyway, not true ads. Age does not necessarily mean your sex drive decreases. I don't think with men, I say with men, I think that it just changes. I think that if you're in a meaningful relationship, I think that it just changes in the sense of your connection with the person mentally. I think that sex can still be quite regular, but it's a different experience. It's not just this basic physical stuff. It's more mental. There's more of a connection there, It's something that's hard to even explain or hard to define. It's kind of like there's this, what I would assume is this very deep, meaningful mental connection with that person that has been built up over 30 or 40 years, that then expresses itself through the physical act of sex when sex occurs, which may be a similar frequency or maybe slightly less. I think really one of the things could be simply tiredness. Like when you get older, for example, when you're in your 50s or in your 60s, the tiredness, I'm not really, we've had sex for 30, 40 years. I'm not really that bothered about doing it tonight. We can do it another night, And it's not necessarily that the sex drive would decrease. It's kind of like other things come in that just almost obscure sex a little bit, so it's not on a real priority level, because it's been on a priority level in the past for like 10 years or whatever, 20 years. Well, I mean, it depends. That time scale's like could be anything really, but no, it's very, very hard to explain. It's a very complicated phenomena that I think about and that I try and understand, but the problem is I can't understand it because I need to be 50 or I need to be 60 to understand it. What did Jung say about sex? Not asking for fun. Jung was kind of like, he didn't believe that spirituality could come into sex, so he thought that there was the physical world, there was kind of matter in the sense that there was when we're talking about sex, a sexual relationship, that was as it is, that was kind of, obviously there was instincts that came into that, there was instinctive side of that, but there wasn't really a spiritual sphere within the sex. Sex was sex. It was that act. That's not to say that he would refute any idea of sort of a mental connection that went along with that. Now, what I would say, aside from that, is I think that, and possibly Jung did think this to a degree, that the mental and the physical can kind of come together over a number of years to formulate let's say a higher experience, a general experience of sex within that physical mental thing. But certainly Jung did say, it may have been one of the first generation of the Jungian analysts, that sex was more of this physical thing for him. And I'm not just talking for him in terms of personally, I'm meaning more of his opinion with regards to the knowledge that he had and with regards to his philosophical or psychological opinion on sex, was that it was more physical and that it was more that, which surprised me when I learnt that, because I always thought before that he would have favoured actually an idea that certain spiritualists favoured, for example, about sex being a very spiritual thing, or very kind of, it can have quite a numinous quality to it. But, we have to think, well, how much of that, let's say that spiritual or numinous quality of sex, how much of that is put on? How much of that is kind of you just thinking it's that? You know what I mean? Because there can be quite a lot of that. You can go, well, is it really this great spiritual phenomenon? Or is it really that you're just kind of projecting that upon it? So I think Jung would probably say that any sort of these ideas of, well, we're going to elevate sex to a spiritual sphere, he might have considered that a psychological projection. He might have considered, and I'm merely speculating on what he could have thought. I don't know, it might not be the case, but he could have thought maybe that this idea of spiritual sex was a projection onto the physical act of sex, and it wasn't therefore a reality, and therefore that might be why he chose to make the point that sex is this physical thing. It isn't necessarily this incredible spiritual thing or anything like that, or this incredible mental phenomenon or anything like that, even though there are discernible connections between mental and physical and stuff. But no, so that was interesting to learn when I learnt that, and I thought that it was quite odd. It wasn't what I was thinking. Jung didn't know about tantric sex. God knows that he probably read a fair bit on things like that as well. He was bloody crazy. There are always outliers, PvP, but in the majority of the population, sex drive does decrease after 50. Well, I don't know whether I don't understand particularly, because I've not read any of the journal articles on sex drive or anything like that. But all I would say is, even if it doesn't decrease, even if it stays at a similar level, the fact is that people don't generally have sex as much in their 50s as they do in their 20s or in their late teens. And so therefore it's not necessarily a priority. And if it's not a priority, then of course what does become a priority more so is the conversational side of a relationship, and the being together, and the having fun together, and all of this sort of stuff. And so I think that does come into it more. And that's why I said, of course, when sex is had between those people in their 50s, it's more of a mental thing, because you've got more of a mental connection there, just present. And if that's present, then that may come into sex to a certain degree. How much that comes into sex, and in what way it comes into sex, that's very hard to define. I mean, we could say, well, it comes into sex with regards to the romance that is in the moment, the passion, the connection that is felt in the moment. Maybe there. But I mean, we could still make the argument that, well, yeah, but I mean, people in their 20s can feel that quite easily, that's not exclusive to being in your 50s or anything like that, So, I don't know. It is a hard one to think about, and it's a hard one to kind of understand what these things, where these things lie, and what the nature of these things are, While there is definite emotion involved, whether it reaches a spiritual level is up to debate, I guess. Yeah, it is. And I mean, maybe Jung decided, no, I don't think I could agree with that. I was going to say maybe Jung decided to not go down the route of thinking that was a spiritual level involved in sex, was because maybe that word, particularly when we're talking about sex and the physiological sphere, is maybe a little bit out there or a little bit redundant. But I don't know, because he was a very spiritual man and he knew certain truths that other people didn't know, and I don't really think that would be the case. But it definitely is generally up for debate whether it would be taken to a spiritual level, and we obviously then would have to question what the idea of spiritual level is. What does that mean in the constitution of the physical act of sex? What does spiritual mean? Emotional? No, it means something different than emotional, although it does have ties to the emotional realm and the feeling realm. So maybe a better conception would be emotional. Maybe that would be something that would come into it, and that would be a bridging gap, I would think, between someone who, let's say, believes that spirituality could really connect and come into sex, and then of course this kind of basic idea that sex is purely physical. The emotional realm could be a bridge between those two, and I think it's really within that realm that Jung sits, with regards to, well, yes, sex is a physical thing in what he believed, and what is very, very accurate, in the sense that it's just that, But I think that he probably did quite comfortably, quite happily take on this idea of the emotionality of sex, because it's, I mean, you look at physiology or neurophysiology or anything like that, you can quite easily see how that can come into it. It's not hard at all, and you can quite easily define that in scientific terms, so that's something that could be quite obvious. But it's when we get to this conception of spiritual that then we get, we encounter problems, because it's like, well, what does spiritual mean, and how does that then relate to emotions, and how does that relate then to the physical act of sex? It's hard. The Kama Sutra is weird. I've not read it all. I've read bits of it, and they categorize different people's sexual drive based on animals in one of the versions of the Kama Sutra. And so they say that different people's sexual drives based on these animals should align up. So there was like, one of the animals was a horse, and a horse represents the middle sexual drive. So you've got like something lower down, I forget what the animal is, but it's a smaller animal than a horse, and that represents a low sex drive. Then you've got a horse, and then you've got something, not an elephant, I don't think it's an elephant, but you've got some other larger animal that represents high sex drive. And it might, no, it's not a bear, I don't think it's a bear, I can't remember what the big animal is anyway, but the horse represents the middle, I remember that. And so a horseman, this is literally what they say in the Kama Sutra, it's pretty much exact. A horseman wants to find a horsewoman, basically. So, because they're the middle sexual drives and they match up. You know, this top animal would be best suited with the other top animal. The bottom animal would be, and then what they give as well, weirdly enough, is all of these different pairings that would work, and then different pairings that wouldn't work. So they say, well, the top level definitely shouldn't be with the bottom level, but the top level can possibly be with the middle level, and then someone up here, the top level may be with the middle level. And they do it differently for men and women as well. So they may say, well, a top level man in sexual drive can be with a middle level woman with sexual drive, or, you know, vice versa, a top-level woman in sexual drive can be with a middle-level man sexual drive, and then this way, that way, and then a bottom woman sexual drive might be able to be with a middle-level man sexual drive, and all this. So we do, like, really intricate kind of ways of thinking, well, how do we pair this, and what does work and what doesn't work, and all. I mean, it's just up to interpretation, really, whether you want to go down that and believe that. But I mean, it makes sense in one degree, because you could say, well, someone with a very, very high sexual drive wouldn't necessarily want to be with someone who doesn't have any sexual drive, because that would be quite conflicting, wouldn't it? Or maybe not any, but maybe just a low sexual drive even. That would be quite conflicting. So you could see how that would work in a basic sense. But no, yeah, it's an interesting thing. It would be, you know, I think for me personally, I'd probably be, Susie says there, I think I would be a sloth. That's quite interesting. I think I would be like the middle, you know. There's always that element of masculinity in you that wants to say, oh yeah, I'd be the top, me. I'd be the top. Yeah, I'm so the top. I'm just, yeah, it's obviously I'm the top. No, but I think I'd be the middle, because that seems where I probably fit. I don't think I'm low. I think that, you know, it's a falsity to say that I'm high. I think that I'm just middle, you know. So you know, then you think, well, you find someone who's middle, you know, and that might work, you see. So, or you could do someone who's low. If you like middle, you could do someone who's low, and that would probably work. I don't know about high, maybe, but I don't know. But anyway, I'll have to go now, because we've been on almost 2 hours. It's been pretty crazy. Thank you for everyone. You'd have to agree on the frequency of being together, compatibility again. Yeah, you would, I suppose. You would have to agree on that. So you would have to have some level of... Yeah, there would definitely have to be some level of kind of... what's the word? Kind of... Not atonement, but kind of... Well, not really atonement. That's not the word, is it? But kind of unifying and coming together and bringing together your idea. Compromise, that's the word, and compromising as well. Because imagine, like, let's say you're low to middle sexual drive, and you're with someone like really high sexual drive. They're going to be wanting to do it loads and all the rest of it, and you've got to compromise, and you've got to make sure that, for one, that person with a high sex drive isn't
You've got Adz cards.
addicted to sex.
Pleasant Valley Picker redeemed this card. Got to use this up.
Okay.
Let's see if you can think of anything.
The redeemer of this card is owed a compliment. I enjoy how... I was going to talk about a comment before. how you're very structured with how you're talking about things. For example, you're saying what your opinion is, but you're going into it as well on your messages, on your chat messages. Like, for example, when you're talking about particular things, like in a relationship, getting in a relationship and things like that, you are really looking at it and you're thinking about the structure of how the best way about going into these things or going about these things are, not just, let's say, on a personal viewpoint for yourself, but more so on a wider philosophical angle. That's very that's a big positive about you, with regards to being able to be philosophical in that way and be able to be quite open and broad-minded to including all of the different ideas that possibly could spring up from whatever the thing is we're talking about. And so that means that you can assess whatever it is we're talking about in a more holistic way, rather than just in a, oh, well, I think it's this and that's that. It's more like you're thinking about it and then you're saying, well, it's possibly that this could be attributed to it. Possibly that this could be attributed to it. Like, for example, when we were talking about relationships before and being with someone, you were saying about compatibility, but you were also saying about different things as well that could go along with that, or that could also relate to a specific thing. So that's that's a huge positive, because it means that you're able to really start to understand something and really start to be well-rounded with whatever it is you're talking about, rather than just this one thing. So that's quite good. That's a positive. I'm going to have to get a drink. Anyway, I'm going to go in a second. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Put anything in the chat if you would like to put anything in the chat. And I will be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. We won't be doing ads cards. We won't have the memberships, I don't think, yet, which is a nightmare, because I'm trying to get these memberships sorted, but I'm buggering. Oh, it's taken forever with doing things and all the rest of it. And I'm relying on other people a little bit, so I've got to rely on that. But yeah, we won't have the memberships. We'll have the memberships a week after. We might have them in 2 weeks' time. We might have them early July, ish. I'm waiting on some designs to come back from me on Fiverr, and I'm still waiting on some sample merch that probably won't be here till next week now. So it is a bit of a shame. I was thinking about what happens to the brain during orgasm. Wouldn't that moment be spiritual? Yeah, but how do you define it as spiritual? This is the thing. Yeah, you could say, well, it's spiritual, but how? How do we define it as spiritual? It's too hard to define. I mean, I can't define it right now. If you gave me about a week of thinking about it, I might be able to come up with some sort of partial answer for you, but it's we could define it as spiritual in a sense. Let's imagine this. Imagine you both orgasm at the same time, and you both get the same kind of functionality, the same sort of reactions are happening in both your brains, right? And you're physically connected in that moment, albeit in a kind of loose manner, because you're not sewn together or anything. But you're physically connected in a manner, and so you could say, well, that's a shared experience, right? In the brain of you and the other person, you're having the same reaction, but just in two brains, basically. And you're physically connected in that manner. And it is your physical connection that is creating and stimulating both of those reactions kind of equally, in a sense. Especially when you have an orgasm both at the same time. That's important, both at the same time. Then we could say, well, there's a shared experience that is an emotional experience that kind of hints at this oneness of reality that so goes along with this spiritual idea of everything being connected and everything having a kind of interrelation and interdependence with one another, that means that you get into that kind of more spiritual domain. You could say that, and that kind of works. But, you know, to go deeper than that, to really, really think about it, I would have to have a week or so, and I don't think I could get, like, so deep on that, because it's hard to think of. It's hard to think of what that possibly could be. But that would be the only way that I could particularly define it, in that, well, it's that shared nature of experience. That works, and that could be defined as spiritual over just emotional. And the reason it could be defined as spiritual over solely emotional is because of the connection. It's not just the emotion, but it's the connection and the shared experience that is had in that moment, that is more of a spiritual entity. But still, you know, you could very much easily argue the materialistic side of that. Well, you know, it's a reaction in the brain, emotions are high, you know, it's still not spiritual, it's still physical and emotional, or physical and mental. It's not spiritual, you know, so you could argue that. So, you know, we've got to be humble, we've got to have a bit of humility here, and we've got to think somewhat scientifically as well. And we could say that it's spiritual, or we could say it's physical and mental, and that's that. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say something else there, but I don't know quite how to explain it really. But yeah, that's probably it, you know. So, that was it. I mean, you could say that spirituality is in line with the scientific process of reality, which is my own kind of idea. And so if spirituality is in line with the scientific process of reality, almost like in a sense, getting into kind of Sam Harris kind of philosophy, but not so much. But if spirituality is in line with just the natural physical and mental processes that exist, then we could say that sex is spiritual, just from the very fact that the physical and mental sphere are, or could be defined as spiritual, in the idea that the entirety of the universe is an interrelated, interconnected system that excites itself, shall we say, and moves as one with itself, and therefore every moment is spiritual, and every moment is the oneness of reality, and all that, you know, all that sort of stuff. We could say that, you know, and that would work. But it's, you know, it's a conceptual distinction in a way. It's a conceptual idea. It's not, you know, you can't really say for certain, well, you know, it's spiritual. But, you know, I'll give it a good go. I give it a good go there. Yeah, I mean, I think, Susie, you're quite right. I think it's more emotional than spiritual. You see, I kind of have to temper myself a little bit, because I would have the tendency to like to say it's spiritual, but it's not. I don't think it is. I would sit on the level in between. So I would say that sex it's a physical process, and it's an emotionally intense process. But I don't think it's necessarily spiritual particularly. I'd like to believe it's spiritual. I'd love to. If someone gave me some sort of evidence to prove that it could be defined as completely spiritual and transcendental, then yeah, I'll believe you. But, you know, if you can't give me like direct evidence of that, for the moment, I'm just going to have to say, well, it's an emotionally intense process and it's a physical process. And the two are interconnected, of course, during the process of sex. But that's that. You know, and it's a shame because, you know, you want to think, well, particularly me, I do want to think more. I want to think that there's this numinous element to sex, beautiful kind of otherworldly aspect to sex that is almost yearned for or longed for. But it's simply not the case. I just don't think it is particularly the case, no matter how much I might like to believe it could be. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there anyway. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, then give the video a like. If you haven't already subscribed as well, then hit the subscribe button. There'll be more videos coming out. I've got another reselling video coming out in a couple of days' time. I think the 26th is my next reselling video. And then on the 29th, I've got another poetry video coming out. Then we'll be back for Thursday Talks next week. So we've got plenty of videos coming out. As I am back for summer, for some reason a burp's trying to get up, but it just won't come up. So, one sec. Is it going to get there? Oh no, this is not. Please don't
Uniquely me played this card. Hump the damn chair.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll do a hump the chair for the end thing. But yeah, so we've got lots of videos coming out. I was just going to say, over summer, I am trying to pump out the videos because I won't get the chance as much at university. I'll try my best, and I will try my best to keep on top of Thursday Talks at university next year, because there's no reason I can't. It's an hour on a Thursday. There's no reason I can't continue Thursday Talks. But certainly maybe the pre-recordeds might slow down a little bit. The memberships might help me, though, because if people take up the memberships... oh, wait.
Pleasant Valley Picker redeemed this card. LOL.
Ah, okay. But if the memberships do okay, and I get a few people who buy the memberships and subscribe to the memberships, then that will keep me on top of YouTube. Because it'll give me... I will have to do it, because the members, of course, will be... but there's certain membership perks that you can get that mean that I do have to keep up with the videos. And so that'll be good for me, because it'll give me the motivation to...
Uniquely me played this card.
Okay.
I said
know, we'll do it. It's iconic. We've got to do it at the end of this video. We've got to do it. But it does mean the memberships that I will be keeping up with the videos, because obviously that is a part of the memberships. So that will be quite good anyway. That'll give me the focus and the motivation that I need to keep up with it. But yeah, with that being said, I'll leave it there. I'll do a very brief hump of the chair as a final thing. A very degrading hump of the chair as the final thing. Okay. Right, let's just get it over with. God, it's like being on Rick and Morty, this is. It's mental. Bloody mental. Right, okay. Do you believe in the soul? What about the moment of conception? The soul is a hard concept. I do, but I don't believe in it in the way you think I believe in it. Right, can you see me there? We'll do the soul question next week. Tune in, buying space. Tune in next week. We'll do the soul question. It's a very hard subject, the soul, because the Greek word for soul, psyche. Well, actually, it's the Greek word for mind, but psyche means mind and soul. It doesn't just mean mind or soul, it means both. It means the word mind and soul. So it can mean both, or it can mean one or the other. So I believe that the soul is the mind, and the mind is the soul, but it's harder than that. It's much more in depth, my idea of the soul. Anyway, hump the chair. God, I'm really going for it, Jesus. Okay. There we go. Right, okay, that's enough. That's enough of that degrading stuff for one lifetime. Right, I'll do it in the next one, if I get one. Maybe I won't. Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna come back. Oh well. So, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See you very soon. Okay.